Yeah, so this airplane took about 2 hours for me to get everything running. It was a timing out issue with downloading it. And a big thanks to Les, the person who actually owns this airplane that you see in front of us here. Big thanks to them for helping us out. We're able to actually now get in the sim with it. So we're going to check out the Flysimware Beechcraft C24R Sierra. Here she is in all her glory. Charlie Golf Mike Tango Tango. It's rainy here. We're in Billy Bishop in Toronto, right here where she likes to hang out in the real world. And we're going to see what it's all about. That was weird what it just did there. So let's have a look at some things. Let's go ahead and slow this down. Drone does not need to be this fast. Default drone speeds, man, they are crazy fast. All right, here we go. Now we see a little bit better. It's still a little fast for me, but look at the attention to detail on this airplane, man. Flysimware really goes above and beyond when it comes to the detail. Above and beyond. Look at that. Look at the scratches on it. Look at the tires, how it sits on the ground. Like there's actual, you know, like they're actually inflated. That is really impressive looking right there. Look at that. Look at the attention to detail on the brakes, on the plug there. Just gorgeous, man. Stall horn. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. All right, now that we got you guys here, thank you very much. Blue-Eyed Tom, always good to see you, man. Yeah, it's a little island airport, Billy Bishop is. Look at that. It looks real. That looks real. Zapper Master, what's up? How you doing? Good morning to you. Look at that, man. I'm excited to fly this thing. Now we're gonna be kind of IFR-ish here, but what I plan to do is just take off, and then we're gonna head east along the Canadian border and kind of just come across airports and check them out. If you guys want to fly along, I will let me know if you want to, and then I can turn multiplayer on and we'll see each other. I am blown away by the detail on this thing, man. Oh, it's all good, Cybersoul. I wasn't expecting very many people to show up because it was, yeah. Took me forever to get everything installed, and, you know, the sim takes 30 years to load itself, and then you have to do the whole 30-step program to get your stream live on YouTube. On Twitch, it's just one button. Ain't that about how she goes, though. Man, look how beautiful this airplane is. That is something special. A big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring today's video. You'll see me using the Boeing TCA yoke and the throttle quadrant. Let's head up inside the airplane here. Have a look at her. Oh, it's got the different Garmin setup on it. Is there a way to change that? Kind of wanted an older school one. The GT and whatever. I chose the 530 cockpit. Is this the 530 cockpit? I mean, yeah. So real, the sim takes ages. Yep. All right, got pilot door, co-pilot. Okay, all these. I'm looking to see if I'm missing anything here. That's the payload. Pilot on for us. We are in the airplane now. We're fine with full tanks. That's the pre-flight checklist, all that stuff. Tablet click sound, payload sync, show passengers, sun visor type, standard or metric, quantity fuel, and clock. I don't think we can change that. How is everybody getting the other setup on this airplane? I missed that. Robert G, what's up? How you doing, man? I mean, I guess we're going to fly with this, but I really would rather not. I really kind of wanted to fly the other version. This is a click spot. A hidden click spot? There's a pin or something? No. Huh. Turn this stuff down. Music's a little loud. Might have to look at the old documentation, sadly. User manual is on that. Okay. Use the main website on the online store. Oh, well, I don't know. If it's like the other Flysimware planes, it's very livery dependent, I thought. Yeah, but if that's the case, I mean, Charlie Mike Tango Tango does not have a big, huge G1000 like screen on it. I chose. Oh, you have to choose one with a G5? Oh. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I've had to do that before. I mean, I chose the one. I thought I chose that one. Maybe it's a whole nother line below. It was the G5 version. I bet you. I bet you. Well, we'll get there eventually. If it's anything like my evening has been with getting the stream set up, this is par for the course. I went and saw the movie tonight. I was at the movies. That's what took me a minute to get home. Went and saw Speak No Evil. John McAvoy in it. It was pretty good. It was a thriller. Had a little jumpy scare stuff here and there, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Mostly Sydney, Australia. That is Sydney, Australia. All right. You can also get it on the marketplace, but I bought it on Flysimware.com. Aha! I had the G3X. I didn't realize it was a whole nother set. Okay, here's the G5. With the G5 with the 530 in it. Is that not an option? Here it is. It's this one I need. Wait, that's very confusing. All right, I got it now. That's what we want. Same place. Actually, we'll go over here to... No, I was at the same place. This is the FS Sim, or I don't know what it's called, Billy Bishop, but that's where we're at. Now we'll see what it looks like. Well, that is Monument Valley there. That's what that is. Hey, Markman, what's up? How you doing? So good news. The if you guys didn't see the newsletter today from Outbreak, the new update is really close to releasing. A lot of new updates in there. But the memory leak that we've been dealing with on our encoder should be fixed. So that's good to hear. Oh, there we go. This is more like what I was looking for. And now it's raining pretty hard again here. There's like a line of storms that are moving through this area. Look how great this the scenery is. The scenery is really nice. Got a hangar there. Eagle aircraft. But there's our plane. Okay. Now I'm going to try this again. Remove before flight. Don't mind if we do. Let's do a flight control check here. It's so weird how this airplane, when you pull it back, it lifts up out of that gate. See that there? Isn't that wild? Right on the rudder. Left on the rudder. Throttle is working. We'll set our prop and all that stuff in a minute. I mean, it's a GA airplane. We have a PPL. We should probably be able to figure out how to start this thing, right? Fuel tank cannot be in the center. It's got to be on either one. We'll start with the left tank today, I suppose. And we'll get the key. Not yet. We got to do all our... Here's all our stuff over here. Here's the master. Battery and alternator on. Alt on. All right. We got the rotating beacon light on. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yeah. You see it rotating in the back there. Get our nav lights on since it is going to be one of those kind of days for flying. Avionics are off right now. Now, does this thing have a fuel pump? I would imagine it would have a fuel pump on it somewhere. Maybe not, though. Most of these do. Fuel boost, that's what it's called. So usually what we do is we go fuel boost on. So we go mixture rich. Fuel boost comes on. Then you push up and get your fuel flow, which we saw right there. And fuel boost off. It was right up there. Fuel flow, it went up. And that's pretty much all it needs to start the engine. We crack the throttle a little bit here. And we do both. Clear prop. Turn it over and we'll add that. She comes to life just like that. All right, let's get her right around 900 RPM or so. Okay. Just checking our manifold pressure here. I'm going to bring our prop forward. That's going to change our RPM, obviously, to a much more realistic idle for us. There we go. Much better. All right, cool. Altimeter is 299.3 here. We can get our avionics on now that we fired everything up. And airplanes come to life. Sounds really good. I like that. All right. Can't wait. CYTZ. Yes, that's where we're at, Colonel Panic. Zalden Prime. Are you guys going to join us? If you're going to join, I can turn multiplayer on. Let me do that. Go to Dater. Multiplayer on. All right. Oh, run a little rough there. There we go. Get your RPM back up. Oh, it killed our prop. That's why. That's weird. I don't know why it did that. All right, we'll hit enter on this guy a couple times. And we're searching for our satellites. Enter a couple times on this one. Oh, cool. It's nice to have dueling GPS units. This is the Flysimware Beechcraft C24R Sierra. We have chocks out there, too. We have to get rid of. We should probably remove those. Almost forgot about that. Turn that back on. Here. That's cool. It seems to remember what you had turned on and off. All right, let's listen to this engine sounds. Oh, our flaps are set. Put those up. Actually, I feel like this to do it. I love the little nuances of it moving around when it's at idle. That's very realistic. Oh, you work at the air ambulance base out there. Nice. Where's that located on the airport? We can go look at it real quick. Look how beautiful that is. Like, look at the movement of it. That's so realistic. You fly the AW139. Oh, nice. I'm sure it's here. It's a very detailed airport. Oh, is it over here? Is it orange? Or, yeah, orange. That seems like AW139 right there, right? Or am I crazy? That must be their hangar. Let's look at this a little bit here. Yep, that would be it. All right, so here's the terminal. Oh, there's somebody over there. GPD's over there. Have another ramp over here. This is cool looking. Whoa, that loaded in interestingly. Okay, well, I don't think those planes were supposed to load like that. Oh, they got a little ferry boat here. Look at that. Ports of Toronto. That's actually really good. You have a new livery now? Ah, that's usually the case. Oh, look at this. Person hanging out with their cub. A couple Cessnas. Here's the airport itself. There's a ferry boat right there. Is it moving? It is moving. Look at that. I wouldn't want to have my car on board that, though, with those waves. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you have to take a ferry over here to Billy Bishop. It's not one of those airports you can just pop in and out of. All right, back over here. I mean, listen to these sounds. Pretty darn good. We're going to rev it up. Listen to the sounds on this thing. Here we go. Pretty impressive. All right, enough fun. Let's go flying, shall we? Put our heat on. It's a little chilly out here tonight. All right, cool. Parking brake is probably somewhere weird. It's not that. It's not that. Your parking brake. Where would you be? Right here. Parking brake's in. Okay, it doesn't start rolling away on its. I love that. Immediately. It's pretty nice. We should have leaned our mixture back a little bit here. On taxi. There we go. Fly into Billy Bishop all the time. Nighttime takeoff with the downtown skyline. Stunning. Oh, yeah, man. All right. We're going to get our weather here in a second here. Now, the question is, should we try Beyond ATC with the new traffic injector? I haven't tried that out yet. I wonder what that would be like. Let's get our weather. Where's our charts at? Wage War. That sounds familiar. Is it a game? Oh no, it's a band. Unload that. We don't need that. Here we go. Yeah, there's some rain moving through the area here. We're going to be going out to the east, so we're going to get out of the rain, no problem. It's like CYPQ is Peterborough over there. We might head over that way. But let's look at the weather. Airport, look at the weather. 340 at 12. 340 at 12. So we'll be taking off on 26. 34. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll take off on 26. We'll take looks like Bravo to Charlie to Delta. More than likely. It's kind of strange how you have to cross from. Oh no, we're not taking 24. We're taking 26. So easy. Easy, easy, easy. All right, here we go. Let's go taxi over there. I love the movement of this airplane so far. It's pretty darn good, man. Would actually be, we'd have tail wind right now, so we'd keep the nose kind of pushed down a little bit on our taxi out. Now this does have retractable gear, which is really cool. I should be on the east server, yes. A loop. Man, I'm really liking this plane. To fly into the Kingston, it has a nice approach over the lake. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're just going to go east and just stop at little airports along the way. We want to get out of the rain, though, so we're going to be climbing probably to like, I don't know, 4,000 or so. 4,500. Actually, we'd be going east, so duh. We'll go 3,500 initially. Perfect weather for flying. No kidding, right? This is, I love the avionics suite on this. This seems like it needs to be zoomed in a little bit more. The G5s usually are more zoomed in than that. I like the ground handling on it. It feels alive. Best way I can explain it. It feels like the airplane's kind of alive, you know, while taxiing it. We'll do a run up too, of course. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna do our run up here actually, since it's not too bad. Spin over this way. Point the airplane into the wind, of course. Right there is good. Pull that parking brake. All right, let's go bring it up. Probably like 1,800 RPM. I'm not really sure on this airplane in particular. Let's go full rich on this too. Ooh, it gets into red right there, really. 1,800. It's pretty good right there. Okay, let's check our magnetos. We'll go right one first. There's our 50 drop. Back to both. Left. There's our drop. Back to both. We got green oil temp, green oil pressure. We're good on fuel. To the vacuum system. Got 14.3 volts, amps 29 right there, looking good. We're in the green. Fuel pressure's in the green. Vacuum's in the green. All that is good to go. Let's cycle the prop. Bring on up. And one more time. All right, all looks good to me. Let's bring it back. It's interesting that 1,600 RPM was in the red. Or do you have to get through the red into the green band? You know? Let's see what that does. We get into the green? Oh, there's the green. Okay. Interesting. So perhaps it's different on this airplane, the run up, than like a Cessna 172. I mean, that makes sense. We're not going to use any flap here, but we are going to check our takeoff trim. We'll find that location of it. Where would you be if you were to takeoff trim? Is it? Oh, it might be above us. No. A little light there. That's cool. That's the overhead light, right? I think I can turn that off with this. There we go. Yep. Trim, 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 Shrew. Soft cover book Nook. Good to see ya. That's our flaps there. Use 15 for takeoff. Okay. Well, then I guess they do use flaps. 15 for takeoff. It's 15 for takeoff. I don't see our trim. Oh, what's behind this? Our left fuel tank. Standby vacuum. It's got to be like right here, but I can't see the notches of it, you know? So we're just going to build a little bit of back on it. That's all we need. At least that parking brake. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Look at that. The winds are pretty decent. 340. So it'd be like this. It was 65 knots for the rotation in this airplane. All right, let's see how she flies, y'all. Full mixture on that guy. Landing lights coming on. Does it have strobes? Can't tell if it has strobes or not. Oh, it's down here. I see it. Oh, there we go. Like that. Let's have a look at it. Looks absolutely amazing, dude. Look at this thing. Got the LEDs on it. Pretty good. Love the water spray, too. All right, let's go flying, y'all. Smoothly advance our power here. There's that weather vane. Gotta love it. There's a lot of weather vaning happening right there. Ooh, hello. Like that. There we go. Boy, that is a lot of wind. We're fighting this thing, man. We're on 65 knots here. Whoa, hello. That is really whipping. It's kicking our butt. That's what it's doing. Oh man, look at that wind. Whew. All right, tap the wheels. You're coming up. This is not a great day for flying. It's GPD and a 787 over there on our right. Up a little bit higher here. All right, first notch flaps in. We'll clean up the airplane. Just trim this thing out a little bit more. Flaps are up. We're going to reduce our power in a minute here, but we just need all we can kind of get right now. We're getting hit by some downdrafts over the water here. Let's keep that positive climb happening. Straight instrument flying right now, man. Climbing about 80 knots right here. It's pretty good. Straight into a mountain. What mountain? Roll it off here. It's the airport on our left. All right, now we can start pulling our prop back a little bit. About 22. Usually did like 24 though, so we'll do 24. We can bring up our manifold pressure a little bit here. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's go off to the right here. Get around all of this. Hello. Gotta go with your instruments here, man. Okay, let's trim it out a little bit. See how she wants to fly. Those downdrafts aren't messing around, dude. Oh, there's somebody right there, Underdog. What's up, Underdog? There's downtown Toronto right there, everybody. You see there? This is live weather, yes. It would be at night right now, but yes, this is live weather. Not live time. Okay, we're getting hit by those downdrafts, man. They are not messing around. Get that trimmed out a little bit better there. Looking pretty good. If we fly east, we're going to get out of all of the all the stuff here. There we go. Continue that climb. Toronto departure, Sierra Charlie Golf Mike Tango Tango, 1,600 climbing 3,500. That's what we would be saying if we were on VATSIM, but there's nobody on VATSIM, so we're not flying on it. Phone coming up. See out the side a little bit there. Visibility still isn't great, that's for certain. Very smooth airplane to fly. Although I did see on their Discord that there was a fix for the rudder issue, so we might have to look into that. It seems a little touchy, you know. Pretty touchy. A positive climb going. There's a little bit of trim here and there to keep that climb. Actually pretty happy right here, about 500 feet per minute. Favorite plane in the sim is the CJ4. Oh yeah, that's good. Also the longitude, we need to fly that longitude more, man. It is a really good airplane. It really is. It passes the light control. You know, you can just barely move this thing around, and it's got authority on it, which is great to see. Yep, we're just gonna keep flying up the coast here, so let's go ahead and go heading of about 060. All right. All right there. Looking out there, we are in the soup right now. It's getting lighter on the top though. Where are those tops at? 4,000. So we're gonna climb to 4,500 or 5,500. That's what we'll climb to. 5,500 for our initial. That'll get us out of the soup. 5,500. Let's have a look and see how this autopilot's going to work here. 5,500. 500. There we go. We're going up. We should be able to climb in IS mode right about at 90 knots here. So IS. And then we're going to do heading select. And we're going to do the autopilot. Well, yaw damper's going to come on. And then turn the autopilot on. We'll see how she handles it. Looks like it really captured that really smooth. Did you see that? That was impressive. That was very impressive. Now we're on autopilot. Kind of chill. Airplane's climbing out at 90 knots, as it should be. It's going to take a minute to adjust some power here a little bit, but not sure what the climb would be on the real airplane. A giant marshmallow. Yeah, those are clouds. Looks wet. It is. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. All right, we're climbing out here pretty good now. Now it's starting to get the speed back up again. We're climbing out at 90 knots. That's normal. IS mode, looking good here. Everything's in the green. We're on our way up here. Let's range out a little bit here. We need to go continue. Actually, we can go just continue this way. Probably heading 055. Let's go 50 on that. There we go. Look at this airplane, man. climbing out of these clouds here shortly. Here's Underdog with us. Nice. Dude, look at this model. This is incredible. Look at the movement on that. I would put this up there with the A2A Comanche. This is right up there with it, man. This is a beautiful airplane. I'm really liking the autopilot system. Very easy to use. It captured so smooth. Sounds spot on, Aviator Alexander. Absolutely, man. I know I called you that instead of what you call it. Welcome on in, everybody. We got the raid. The Zemp. Thank you. Shrek stream going good. Flight going good. We're having some fun here in the C24R. Getting bounced around a little bit by some turbulence. Look at that. Using real turb for the real turbulence. Look at that. Getting tossed around. That makes sense. You know, the wind's hitting us off the left-hand side there. Still climbing at 90 knots, 3,400 now. It's a shallow climb right here. So we're going to pop out of some clouds here, y'all. Look at that. We're going to be out of this before you know it. I'm going to add a little bit more power. Let's stay on the green band, but more power. That should increase our vertical speed. And it is. Awesome. Yeah, look at this. Breaking out of the clouds. This is basically a Mooney. It's a Beechcraft made the Sierra. This is a very old airplane. 79, 80s models, early 80s. Most of the Sierras. It's that real turb hitting us right now. Flying through some clouds. Flying through some junk. But look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Once we get out of the crap, we're going to be able to go VFR, which is going to help out a lot. We'll turn inland after that. Yeah, it's got a really roomy interior. That's one of the selling points of it. It's a family airplane, they like to say. I love the old seats. Now, this is an actual replica of Les's C24R. Oh, yeah, look at the rainbow here on the left. Some beautiful, beautiful sights happening here on our way out of the soup. Very 70s seats, Metgato. I have to agree with you on that. Very 70s. We're breaking up here. Breaking through the clouds. Just climbing pretty good here. Very impressive. Take a little bit more out of that engine. There we go. Still pretty soupy on the left. Where'd GPD go? Did they go somewhere? Guns and Coffee. My dad used to work for Beechcraft. He's now with Airbus. Nice. Well, then you are no stranger to the C24R. Sierra. Oh, yeah, there he is. Underdog. And the Bonanza. any of the engine texture anomalies you're going to see, it's not the airplane. It's my frame gen mod. Very smooth sounding engine. I believe that's a Lycoming engine, isn't it? The O whatever, 6H, whatever. I'm bad at that. I don't know what the C24R has, but is it the Dark Star? That's a Dark Star over there. Hey, look at this. We're going to be on top of the clouds at 5,500. Be cloud surfing here. That's what we love to do. Love some weather when we fly. Let's see how it captures 5,500 here. It's in blue. Let's do a check on our altimeter. 299.1. Less than, we got 400 to go. It's less than. And then we can really get this thing into cruise once we get some speed built up in it. Climbing out at 90 is not always the greatest thing in the world, but hey, it got the job done. Got out of the soup. Rich Corinthian leather. What's that? Oh, that's the quick reference. Oh, that'd be cool if we could click on that and have that open. I'd like that. But it is, they do have a checklist, but it's built into the EFB. See? So climb is, oh, it's right here. Yep, we're en route should be 96. So 96, I mean, we're kind of there. It's getting there now. We're at 5,500 now. Mixture rich, below 3,000. Okay. Prop is 2,500 to 26. So we were way off on the prop. Well, we'll see what cruise tells us here in a second. Fuel selector to fullest. I don't know what that means. Oh, it looks like it automatically swaps tanks. Maybe? We just killed the engineer. There we go. I go that way with it. I was going to put it on the other fuel tank. Basically just start the airplane full of fuel. All right, so it's holding 5,500 just fine there. All right, so let's look at the checklist for cruise. Power 55 to 75%. Okay. Where's percent on this thing? I see inches for manifold pressure. Mixture goes to lean. Yeah, we know we're going to lean this thing out. And then fuel balance to monitor. Start leaning this thing up. When we lean it out, we're looking for our fuel flow here. There's our flow right there. It's dropping. Get it right down to about 7 gallons per hour. I like that. It's leaned out. Trim's good. Power 55 to 75. So pull it back a little bit. Lycoming IO 360. I knew it had a 6 in it. Gotcha. What's up, Bobby? All right, now we are leaned out for cruise. We're still going to keep that pitot heat on and all that stuff. Let's monitor our fuel. Fuel is fine. I think we used the right tank, and then now we're on the left tank. Right tank's all the way around that way, I see. So are we in the center now? Is that what it is? Hard to say. All right, we're going to continue out this way. Let's get a turn to the right here. About heading back to 060. suit. Somebody definitely in the Dark Star right there. Percentages are found in the POH based on MP and RPM for cruise. Probably chapter 5. LOL. I'm not going to read the POH for the C24R to find that information. I thought I would have a percentage on here. What's all this stuff? Pages? I don't know what that wheel does. I don't know what S and E is. Light strobe. I don't need that lane light on anymore. Bobby, we're not here to debate that, and I'm so over it, man. We've had so many people just constantly talk about that stuff. We're done with it. Either do it or don't. Read the terms of service. All that. Hasn't changed. Alright, I was making sure that we weren't converging on this guy. He's converging to the right. Underdog is. Because he was on a different heading. But we're on 060 now. I'm hoping the further we fly east, we're going to get out of this stuff. I mean, yeah, we could go up to 7,500, but really no need. Some more clouds here. Look at that. I can't wait for the new sim, man. Wait till you see the new clouds in the new sim. We're so spoiled. Look at this performance we're getting in this with the frame gen mod. This is on a 3090. What I do like is that with the new sim, Microsoft Flight Simulator 24, is you're going to be able to buy all the premium deluxe airplanes separately. I think that's a huge win. So you can get the standard edition and then just buy what you want. Or if you wanted to upgrade fully, you can upgrade fully inside the sim as well. I mean, that's pretty cool. MS support, you do not need to donate anything. Just being here and hanging out, it's all that matters, man. How do you see? You don't. You go off the feel. Well, seat of the pants, you don't have that in the sim. In the real life world, you do. But you'll always rely on your instruments. The reason why I brought up seat of the pants is because your body will think that you're in a turn or something like that, and you're not. It is the weirdest thing. When I did some of my IFR flights, well, I've done actual IFR with other pilots that were IFR rated, but I only had like 2 IFR lessons before I ran out of money when I was younger. But I can tell you that the feeling is so strange. You'll think you're in a bank and you just go, nope, we're not. Yeah, we're starting to break out of these clouds a little bit more the further east we go. Beautiful. Got a big wall of water in front of us here. We're going to go around that. It's going to turn to the east. This is going to get us around that cell. We're going to go right through that hole right there. Whenever you're flying in real life and you don't have a weather radar, you go off a visual. In a small airplane, you would not fly through that. That's a big no-no. you would fly through these holes right here to go around these cells. This airplane, I bought it earlier this evening for $34.99. So 35 bucks. Oh, you're welcome. Not a problem at all, Zach. Guns and Coffee, I don't know that much about the C24R. I'm brand new to it, man. That's why I've been flying it like a Cessna 172. Or 182 with the prop. We know enough to be dangerous. There's Underdog right there. Going around these storms as well. Underdog, are you seeing these cells? Or to make another turn, no deviation to the right. Ooh, there's a hole right there we could have gotten around. I think we're going to do that. Then we're going to go heading about 040. I'm dicing right through all this stuff. There we go. The plane got pretty slow there. Look at this headwind just killing us. Yeah, I think it's absolutely worth 35 bucks, man. Absolutely worth it. What's that down there? Is a racetrack. Check that out. That's not what I think it is. That's Canadian Tire Motorsports Park? That is. It's the turn there, and you go up and around that way, and then there's the back piece there, and you go back into there. I think that's what that is. Is that what that is? Canadian Tire Motorsports Park? Whatever it's called now, I don't know. Clouds mostly the same on your screen? Nice, Underdog. I appreciate you flying with us tonight. All right, let's see what some of the preset. Oh, we don't want to fly into that. We'll turn a little bit more to the left. A little further to the north here. All right, let's see what we got. Got this one. That one. GoPro shot. Couple GoPro shots. That's all for the walk around, looks like. That's like one of Les's specials right here. For the landing gear. It's pretty cool. Man, look at this rainbow. What a beauty this is. Like the high wing? Yeah. All right, I have some airports in the area here. Let's zoom out a little bit. We could probably descend down and we can land here at CYOM. See what's going on with that. So we're going to go into vertical speed mode. Go down. Pull our power back a little bit here. I get to go down a little bit more. Oh, altitude zone, that's why. Let's descend down to about 1,500. Airplane's getting pretty slow here, so I need to add more power. Fighting those headwinds, man. We haven't been over the Niagara Falls yet, I don't believe. Alright, let's do some flying. Hi, airplane. Get down lower here. So we got CYOM. We'll descend, we'll come back over CYOM, we'll check the wind there, see what it looks like, and make a decision from there. About 1,000 feet per minute, that's fine with me. Nice gentle bank. All is good, Joel. How you doing? Good to see you. I need to go in and do the track up. I'm not a big fan of the not track. Track up. There we go. I like track up better. Does NextRad work? It does. That's so cool. All right, clear. Now zoom out. Oh yeah, NextRad radar's working on this airplane. I love that. All right, we're headed towards the airport now. There's CYPQ here too. It's a bigger airport. It looks like this is a small one. That's good downdraft there. Should have the airport off our nose here shortly. Marginal VFR, that's for certain. Yeah, the rudder is way too sensitive. Now they did give a thing for it to fix it. Might have to change the curve on it. I think I got the airport in sight on our left over there. Let's go that way. Yeah, it's the airport right there on the left, it looks like. Send it about 2,000, that works for me. Altimeter's 299 too, so it's pretty normal. Yeah, this is the airport right here off our nose. We'll see what runways we got. We know that wind is definitely still pushing us from the north. Definitely see that happening. This is our airfield right here, so we're going to be entering the left downwind for the runway. Yellow. It's a grass strip. Interesting. All right. First soft field landing in this airplane. All right, let's go full on the mixture and the prop. It's the gear horn there. I'm fine with that. 1400, pretty good here. That's our field. Lane light on. Alright, let's get into this arc for a gear down. I like the 1400. Let's get this thing trimmed out too. There we go. So we're not fighting it so much. There we go. Gear down. It's pretty cool. All right. Start slowing her down. Let the wind do all the work for us here. 30-degree turn. Yellow. I already lost the field. Should be off on our right. Where the hell did it go? It's behind these trees. Put our next setting of flaps in. I don't see the airport anymore, do you? Wow. Is it over here? There was a strip that we saw earlier. I don't see it anymore. There it is, got it. It's on the left. Alright, let's put our flaps in completely. Like a giant field, this runway. And a lot of forward power here because we're in those winds, you know. All right. There it is right there. Cool. Come on down. Down. Felt great on final, to be honest with you. Now we get to watch Underdog come in to land here. Captain Tim, what's going on? Enough trees there? Not quite. Need more. There he is. Cut the trees. Yep, C24R Sierra. Ooh, sinking like a rock. Oh, nice save there. Nice save. Oh, yeah, greased it right onto the grass. Not bad at all. All right, you flaps 15 for takeoff. That's good right there. Wish I knew what the trim was doing. Kind of hard to tell. I was happy with it before. We'll just give a little bit more back pressure on that. Fly to your house. Oh, we can do that, Mark. Where are you at? We're outside of Toronto here. We're at CYQM at some random place. Montreal. Montreal. Yeah, we can do that. We are Prescott. We are. We took off out of Billy Bishop in Toronto. Montreal. What city in Montreal? Let's do a soft field takeoff first, though. We gotta do at least one of those, right? Flaps are set. Make sure mixture's rich. Prop is forward. We're on the brakes. Bring it on up. Takeoff power is set right about there. A little bit more. All right, here we go. Soft field takeoff. We're nice and light on the nose wheel here. We're gonna use ground effect to get out of here. Oh, hello, that's a lot of trim. Bring that trim down again. There we go. We're in the air. It's gonna use ground effect here to get out of this valley without stalling it, hopefully. Oh, that is coming up quick. That came up quick. Hey, good thing we didn't put the gear up. Oh, I don't know if she's going to do it. I don't know if she's going to do it. She isn't going to get out of here, is she? No way, dude. We are dead. That's dead. All right, we're going to Montreal. Ba-boom. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to be able to get out of there. We needed more runway to get out of there. Let me get things set up. St. Hubert Airport. You got it. CYHU. We'll go there. And then we'll check out Niagara Falls. I don't have a Niagara Falls scenery, so it's going to look terrible. That's why I didn't go there. Yeah, we were going to go over to Montreal. I just wanted to see what soft field takeoff looked like, but our trim was all screwed up. We were set up for disaster. I wasn't trying to realistically get out of there. What did we learn? I would never take off at a field like that with that little amount of runway and a fully loaded C24R. That's what I learned. All right, let's go. Let's see which airports I have. All right, we're looking for CYHU. Come on. St. Hubert, baby. Oh, it wasn't far off of where we were. No, it was pretty far. We would have made our way that way eventually, but... All right, Hubert it is. Looks like it's going to be this GA ramp right here. Should be better weather over here. Mighty Duckman, what's up? How you doing? Actually, no, I don't even need this. I'll just go over there manually. Weather here, winds 140 at 5 knots, so we'll be taking off on 24 right. We could use the short runway too if we wanted to, but that's a very short runway. Yeah, we'll just take off on 4 right. That's fine with me. Actually, we'll do 4 right at Mike. That's what we'll do. 4 right at Mike. 9 miles visibility. Temperature is 55 degrees, 13C. Humidity 82%, 299er8. 299er8. All right, cool. Flight. $2,998 looks good there to me. All right. Set this guy full on that. Props full. We're going to turn on the fuel boost. Forward. There's our fuel flow right there. We saw right there. Bring it back so we don't flood the engine. Fuel boost goes to off. Rotating beacon lights on. Nav lights are on. Fuel, it's going to go to that guy. Clear prop. Oop, gotta hold it down. Get an engine start there. Avionics gonna come on. If you look northwest after you take off, you should see the Olympic Stadium. All right, sounds good. We'll be looking for it. What a beautiful airplane, man. All right. We have a long taxi over to Mike, so we'll take our time. Oil temps are coming up. Oil pressures are good. Fuel quantities are good. We don't even need that much. We'll set our flaps here. 15 for takeoff. All right. Oop. There's somebody over there. Let's fire it up. Enter. Enter, enter. Enter. Let's make sure our menu's all correct on this. Once it gets our satellite imagery. Get that on the way out. Parking brake is released. Let's lean this thing out for taxi. Taxi over here. It's this little guy making all that noise. That's cool. I kind of like it to be open. I like the sound of the engine. That Lycoming just singing, man. All right. It's 5 in the morning. Where? Not where I live. But I appreciate you hanging out. Coming up on some taxiways here. This isn't Mike, though. All right, now we can see what we're doing here. Down to 24 right. Let's go. Oh, it's remembered track up. Nice. Did it remember our next rad? It did. So it does remember what you had everything set to. I do love that. That is great. That's really nice, you know? We love to see it. Open it at 120 knots. All right, we'll see what the rudders are like on this one. This one shouldn't be near as bad. Run up on this airplane. Oh, okay. Thank you. Put that away. Yeah, there's our run up. We'll keep that open for our run up when we do it. Got your complex sign off in it. Nice. Brings back some memories. There should be Mike here, I think. There's something else in this game. It's called Bravo. I mean, that's more than enough runway to get out of here. Is this where we're at? Yep. This is it. It's just called Bravo in the sim, not Mike. In real life, it's called Mike. All right, let's do our run up. Mixture's gonna go rich. Seatbelt secure, flight controls. Watch you never ask. Box controls. Now, Tim, when you flew this, on yours, did the yoke pull out and upward all the way back? I don't like flying with shoes on. It's been throwing me off all night. I never fly with those. Like when I pull back, you see how it lifts up? Right there. Interesting. All right, cool. Free and correct. AMP electric trim is going to be electric trim off. Flight instruments checked and set. Stop it. Mixture full rich, 1900 on the RPM. Okay. Okay, that's good there. Cycle the prop 3 times. Doing what we should be doing. Green on all our instruments. Ammeter's good. Throttle 1700 now. Probably going to do our mag checks, I'd imagine. 1700 right there. Yep, mag check now. Right. 50 drop. Both. There goes back up. Left. There's our drop. Back to both. All right, throttle back to about 1,000. All right, we're good, y'all. Let's go flying. Let's get our electric trim back on. Lane lights come on, strobe lights come on, and parking brake is released. Laps 15, on course. Runway heading, and then we're going to make a turn to the north to see if we can find that place that Mark's talking about. Beaver traffic, Sierra Charlie Golf Mike Tango Tango taking off runway 3, or runway 4 right, north departure. Beaver. All right, here we go, y'all. Really touchy rudder. Getting used to it here. Wow, that is really touchy. Okay. That's not good. Alright, tap the brakes, gear coming up. Alright, let's close this window so we can actually hear ourselves think. There we go. Start coming in. See Montreal out in the distance. North from here, I guess. It's got to be that thing over there. The Bell, Center Olympic, and Molson Stadium, 3 most popular places. Okay. Yep, that's got to be it right there on our nose. To 1,000 feet here. Let's dial back our power a little bit. Not that much. What an interesting building. Now, I don't have any scenery for this, so it's just going to be default photogrammetry. Keep that in mind. Not moving 2,000 here. Might look a little crude. I'll do about 1,500. Go outside and wave at us. It's a beautiful area. Duckman, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. There it is. Just trim this thing out for a turnaround point. Flying. Yeah, there's a ton of trees on the stadium there. That's because the AI reads the ground and goes, there's trees here, but where they're at, we don't know. So all the trees. I get all of them. Yep, soccer stadium right there on the left. It's got trees in the stands. Like I said, I don't have a custom scenery for this area, so Montreal's going to look what it does out of the box with photogrammetry. It's got what you got, you know. An interesting building. That's cool looking. All right, we got to fix these rudder pedals. That Momo said. Let me look at those. Oh, we listen to our music here. Let me check real fast here, y'all. All right, I see it now. So control options. We'll just change the rudder. Rudder here. We'll copy it. So open the preset manager. We're going to duplicate this. We'll call this one. C24R. Hit OK. All right. We need to change the sensitivity of it. So -45. -45. Dead zone of 4. Neutral 0, extreme dead zone 0, 65 on reactivity. All right. That's the only changes we need to make. And well, this is supposed to be 0. Should be zeros all the way down this. Oh, that's that one. Okay. Dead zone to 0. Okay, that's fine there. And then here is supposed to be zeros as well. I'm going to do exactly what he has set up as. Dead zone of 0. 0, 0. There we go. Hit done. All right, apply and save. This should be better now. Oh, the rudder was very twitchy. It's a known issue. So now the rudder should be much better. Already feels better. Let's do a slip, forward slip, and see what that feels like. Oh, hello. Got very upset with us there. There we go. There's a slip. See, we're losing all that vertical speed there, and then we're maintaining about the same speed. That's what you want in a slip. Let's head back over to the airport. We'll do some touch and goes. There we go. Our prop forward. I don't know what the prop's doing. Oh, it reset our prop. When we go into the menu, it redoes our prop. Back up to 1,000 feet. For the airport now. We'll enter our right base. Thumbs up, baby. Altitude here. Reading chat. A little hazy. A little hazy. Oh, it has other options, Tim. It has the different packages. We're just flying the bare bones G5 and GN, or the 530, but you can have the 750 in it, and even like the G1000 like package, which is pretty cool. flies very smooth. Even down here in the crap. Really did not want to lose altitude. Or we lost a lot of altitude whenever we slipped. A lot more than I thought we were going to. Andrew, thank you. Glad you enjoyed that video. A lot of fun to make that one. It was. Alright. That's our airport off to the right. Let's get up to 1,000 feet at least. I don't know what the field elevation is here. Look that up. $90 feet. Oh, okay, that's why. So 800's more along the pattern altitude here. Would be. There's our runway right there. Here's coming down. Loses speed pretty decently, I must say. It's not bad. Our flaps in there. First notch is flap. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's get back up. Set our flaps for landing. Let's maintain 400 till we get our pappies here. Continuum, yeah, I'm really liking it, man. It is a awesome airplane. I think it's like in the territories of the A2A Comanche as far as like, I don't know, the detail and all that on it. Not as far as the wear and tear and all that model, but for what I like on it, it's great. Some people said they didn't like the sounds on it. I think the sounds are great. I fixed the rudder just now, so this is our first time landing with the new rudder. Alright, let's get the runway made. We don't need to be cruising in at 800 miles an hour here. Let's see what the ground effect's like. It's pretty good. Okay, something with the rudder is happening. We're gonna find out. Let's go flaps back to the middle. Okay, rudder's much better with those fixes, but it's still very sensitive. Oh, it's weather vaning now. Yeah. Tap the brakes. Gear up. It's weather vaning is not helping us. Very responsive on the rudder, unfortunately. Let's change the time of day. In the middle of the day, there we go. Flaps coming in. Twin leg, don't need to turn too hard. Let the wind do the job. Yeah, you don't want the wobbles when you take off. It's annoying, right? Just trim it out. Coyote Stoney, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. All right, get our sight picture. We're just gonna follow that field in. That'll work for me. 800 feet right now. We're gonna be at 45 to the threshold. It is 2-4. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Gear's coming down. Actually, you know what? We haven't done that yet. We'll have to do that next time. The animation of the gear. Go first notch flaps too. When we did that. Our fields. It really does lose altitude very quickly. That is for certain. Feels like I'm flying way too low at sea level, but not really. Set our landing flaps here. Alright, gear undercarriage, mixture prop. Fuel selector. I'm not sure what the final approach speed on this will be. Probably 70 knots, I'd imagine. Kind of like a similar GA airplane. It's just the size of this runway. This is a massive runway. We need to go out further for the pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. There we go. Be throwing me off. Getting there. Getting better with it. Jake C 22123. How you doing? Good to see you. Windows Media, it is $34.99. 35 bucks. Pretty good. Flaps up here. And upwind leg. We're just gonna go up to 1,000 this time instead of 800. That's what we're gonna do. Underdog over there. Starting to turn off to the left. It trims out really nicely once you get it there, you know. There's our runway. runway. Yeah, 1000's a lot better pattern altitude here, it looks like, than the 800 we were shooting at earlier. Thought a ship started blasting its horn. That'd be the prop, breaking the sound barrier there. Couple updrafts there. Yeah. Flappy doos are coming down. Yeah, this is a better approach now. Yeah, before we were way too low when we were doing this. Aim for that 80 knots. That's how I would do it in a Cessna. Pitch for 80 knots. Power for altitude. Square up our approach. Looking much better this time. You're only as good as your approach, and this is a better one. So we should have a much better landing because of that. Alright, final on final. Aim for 70 knots here. Pitch it back. There we go. Now we're pretty much on that. On it this time. Power for altitude. Back on the glide slope. It has a very finicky glide slope, isn't it? I'm also used to a Cessna where you come in like this, nose down. My wing's a little different. Power for altitude. Pitch for that 70. Much more stable approach this time. With the runway made, we don't care about the pappies right now. We're aiming for the numbers. Oh, hello. Man, that loses a lot of altitude quick, doesn't it? Some rough skies up here in Canada today, man. Okay, the braking action isn't the best. I wanted to test that. Brakes are very realistic. I do like that. Boy, they really don't have a lot of options to get off this damn runway, do they? They're like, nope, you go down to like the next year and then you turn off. Yeah, the ground sounds are great. I will say that. Not bad at all. Don't mind the default airport where we're at, so we're gonna have taxi lights all over the place. Park and brake. That's very realistic how I did that. Off. All that stuff. This guy goes back to where we got it from. Our brakes in there. Get the key thing on there. That's fine. All right. Chalk time. Mighty Morphin chalks. Chalks are on. Left tie down, right tie down. You can do all the covers. You can do a tail cover on it. You can do a top cover on it. Cowl cover for the winter. Pitot covers. Upper cowlings, you can open all that stuff for the engine. Fuel caps, oil cover, headset, filter. You turn that on and off. That's cool. All right. There you go. She is tied down. Beautiful looking airplane, man. We'll say that. Ooh, hello. What'd you guys think of the Flysimware C24R? Hey, there's Underdog. I don't know what plane he's in because it's using the default. Oh yeah, pilot. There we go. Turn that off. There you go. It's definitely worth the money. I have to agree. The nuances of the rudder, I already know that Momo and those guys are working on it, so it'll only get better from here. But I mean, this, you know, up next to the Comanche, which I'm afraid to even try to fly because it'll just ask me to update the airplane and I have to leave the sim to do it. That's a lot of the reason why I don't fly that Comanche, is because of the amount of times that I go without updating planes for a while, and I come in, it's like it's a mandatory update. So I do like this though. It's coming along. Worth it. I liked it. Just bought it, and the decathlon. Nice, Tim. What's that, Derek? Why would you recommend that yoke in quadrant? I'm looking for that. The similar to the Turtle Beach Velocity one. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it on the market as far as the Boeing TCA yoke. It's expensive. I get that. But it is the only thing that has a pendulum. And it's modeled after the 787. So, I mean, it gives you when you fly heavies. But when you fly light GA planes, it's just as fun. So that's that. Give me 2 reasons why you should buy it. I love GA airplanes. The detail, number 1, is huge. The flight model is fantastic. The only gripes I have right now is the rudder input, which we tried to fix it. It's still real squirrely in wind, and it doesn't help that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 weather vanes like crazy into the wind. So that's really good. I would like to see an in-depth checklist. So like there's a little checklist in the door right there. I would like you to be able to click on that and pop it open, and then you can have that. I don't like using the tablet for it. I think it's kind of counterintuitive, honestly. It's like it kept popping those screens up on the side of it, you know. Oh, you can operate all this stuff from the outside view. That's cool. That is actually really cool. Didn't know you could do that. Yeah, the rudder is the only problem right now, which I already know they're gonna fix. But the details of the plane, if you like an old GA airplane that's, you know, been beat up, it's been around for a while, look at the rivets on that. I mean, it's gorgeous. The sounds are really good on it. It has a lot of different options for avionics, which is always great for people who like, you know, changing that all up. I love the attention to detail on the tires and the brakes and stuff. It's really, really good. The checklist card does not come out. Nope. I tried. Seems like a wasted opportunity to have that. I'd rather have that little checklist than using the tablet, but that's just me. I'm a little old school when it comes to things like that. Same thing like whenever I did my BFR and I was like, you got a what now? You need an iPad to have in your lap? It's weird to me. I'm not against it. Leo Sticks, what is going on? Good to see you. Had no idea you had another channel. Good to see you. Met you a few times at the last two expos. You may or may not remember. I don't know your name. I don't know if you told me your name was Leo Sticks 86. If I saw a picture of you, I probably wouldn't know you. But yeah. We've seen each other at two different expos, then yeah, I definitely will remember you. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Let's do some little things here, like taking off all the covers, and I'll show you all that stuff. So back to here. Tail cover. Oh, yeah, the top cover on, then the tail cover, right? Oh, it's closing the doors up. Cowl cover. I'll just show you what all this looks like. There she is, all tidied up for the winter. So you can get it all set up for the winter. I don't know, the tail cover does not turn on. I don't know how to turn the tail cover on. Something is preventing it from it. What does it need? I don't know. Turn off the cowl cover. Upper cowling, lower cowling. What's that? Yep, you can take the whole front cowling off the airplane, which is really cool. Now we can go see the nitty-gritty details of this engine, of this mycombing. I like how they did that. Man, yeah, look at this. I feel like we need to fire it up and look at it now that we've taken the covers off. There's the landing gear bay right there. That's pretty darn amazing texturing and modeling. All right, let's fire. We need to fire this engine up so we can see this thing. You know what I can do? I can do a Control E. Oh, you can't have the cowlings on with the engine running. A lot of different whatchamacallits on it. That's cool. Wait. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't do that. Not the end of the world, though. Fuel caps. Oil covers can come off. There's the dipstick. Did it actually show you the amount of oil in it? Maybe. Let me change my camera view. Drone speed does not need to be that friggin' fast. My lord. Here we go. So we have the oil dipstick here. Actually tell you how much oil's in it. Can't imagine not having that if it was already there, you know what I mean? Is there an oil line? I don't see an oil line. Maybe they're going to do that eventually. That would probably be why it's modeled. There you go. Fuel caps, pretty detailed. That looks like a real picture. Except the shadow mapping, which ray tracing will fix. For sure. Look at all this. There's the firewall to it. Oh yeah, this is something that's really cool about this is the rudder pedals are all modeled. This right here. Watch this. No, wait. Maybe the airplane has to be moving? Wait. Oh, it's this. It's the yoke. Look at that. Yoke to the right. Yoke to the left. Back. Forward. That is cool, man. You can see that is so insane. The detail on that is nuts, dude. Even the movement of the chain up there. Look at the movement of that chain. Like, you wouldn't need to have this in, but it looks good. Look back here behind the... Look at all the scratches and detail on the plastic. The hoses here. Yeah, imagine this airplane in an FS-24. It's going to be... Look at the wiring. Look at the wiring. There's the fuses there. That's pretty incredible looking. Cabin air blower. Get a little cigarette lighter. Some USB ports. Even whenever you're up close to the leather, it doesn't look that bad. Or the seats. The emergency gear extension handle down here on the left. All the placards look really good. It just looks like it's, you know, been an airplane that's high performance Skytech starter. Do not crank starter for more than 10 seconds. Allow 20 seconds to cool down between attempts. Repeat up to 6 times. Then let starter cool for 30 minutes. Pretty good. Yeah, benefits of laser scanning, 100%. All right, let's move to the back of the plane. Now we can put passengers in here. Got Will or Bobby. You have Julie, Rick, or Cindy. Who's Rick? Kid? Man, look at the movement on the plane from that, too. Oh, we got some people. This dude looks like he's just seen it all. He's had enough. They're going to be replaced by high-quality models. I already saw that on the Discord, that those will be fixed. Yeah, those aren't different. I think there's, like, kids or something. Cindy. Oh, yeah. iPad culture, baby. Still pretty good. All things considered. Yeah, they're thrilled. Thrilled to go flying with old Pops. But look at that. Let's look at this damn detail, dude. That is wild. Is that thing over there? Emergency airspeed static source. Does it work? It does. I do know if you take the fuel or the flap circuit breaker out. Let me show you. So we have the flaps. We'll set the flaps. Wait a minute. Let's see. There we go. Flap motor's working. And indicated. Now watch what happens. Electric flap indicator and then the flap motor itself. Pop the flap motor out. I'm going to put the flaps up. Look at that. Doesn't do anything. Now, if we put the flap motor in and then the indicator out, it'll still run the flaps, as you can hear. But look at the indicator. It's broken. Right there. Pop it back in there. Landing gear motor. All of these circuit breakers, I'm pretty sure they all work. And in taxi lights, avionics. Yep. Circuit breakers for that as well. So all of the circuit breakers work. That is insane. Turn coordinator. There. Oh, those lights went out on that, on the GFC. Fuel quantity. Yep, there they went right there. Started means you wouldn't be able to start the plane. I don't know if it has any random failures. I don't think so. Yeah, see, we were out. Now our payload will be out of there, so now you have to change the amount of fuel to fly properly with everybody. There's your CG limits there. It's pretty darn good. You have a tablet click sound, sun visor type. Old or new? What's the difference? It's the old, and then, oh, that's the new ones, the green ones. And you can move them around. Sunshades. Fuel, like we already knew that we could change all that stuff out. Payload sync, fuel safe state. Pretty cool. Oh, look at that paint job. That looks real. Look at the LED on this beacon. That's unbelievable. That's what that is. Check for dead bugs splattered on the leading edge. Oh yeah, you know it's gonna be there. $35. Just $34.99 for this plane. I think on the marketplace, same thing. Oh yeah, you have dead bugs all along here too. Look at that right there. The dimpling around the rivets. Very impressive looking. Is the gear bay. This also helps whenever you have a person like Les that owns this airplane. They have full access to it, and they can do a lot more than, you know, somebody with limited access to an airplane. Makes a world of a difference. Jacobs, yeah, it's beautiful. Look at the nav lights. I get the little lane like LED. Look at that. The trailing link gear. I assume that's what this stuff is. What is that thing right there? The wheels with a knee? Oh, yeah, yeah. I love the attention to detail on the tire. It's really good. See what the linkages are like here. Pretty impressive with the ailerons themselves. See the cotter pins in it? I don't even know where you would even pre-flight that part of this airplane. Something to do with this part right here. Very, very impressive stuff, man. Made me a believer. Close our doors, I guess. Put our covers back on. Pretty impressive, man. Oh yeah, I'll update the Comanche and we'll be able to do a little test of that thing too. But that's a look at Charlie Golf Mike Tango Tango, y'all. Pretty good. I know it's late. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'll see you very, very soon on another one. Take care, y'all.